yes. What's up, everybody? The dumpster fire returns. Shout out to the dreamers, the streamers, the Eiffel Tower tag teamers. I'm 5 Points Vid, joined by everyone's favorite shit poster, Urinating Tree. Say hi, you bastard.
What up, motherfuckers?
God damn
I'm
right.
having, my anus is very clenched right now because I'm trying to watch the Penguins, but otherwise, decent shape.
That's how I just walk around with my anus clenched. That's what I do. Now that we got that out of the way, we're joined by radio host, sports DJ, and director for FANTOM, Ari Temkin. Say what's up, Ari.
What's going on, gentlemen? Tree,
Nice.
is it about time Washington Capitals won something for the first time ever?
I won a couple games.
Not with the way the series has gone. I'm torn.
No.
Because at one end, I want to keep the memes alive. The memes are the only reason why I want them to win. So I could say another year about second round and golf links, Ovechkin, and, losing to the fucking Penguins. That's the only reason.
Oh, let's turn
I want to
this
keep
shit
the
off.
memes alive.
All right, everyone, remark about how bald and ugly I
career
am.
highlight, by the way. This
Do
is like
that.
the highlight of my career. I am so pumped to be on with you guys. This is fantastic.
Well, you should be. You should be pumped. You should be excited. All right, we got a big show. Why am I such a dick? It's been a big week in sports, of course. None of that overshadows the fact that huge shit happened last week. Tree and I met in real life in the most awkward and cringeworthy 5 minutes I've ever experienced.
Well, it's because I was fucking working. That's why. Yeah, and you like walk up to me and like you're Marty McFly, like your life vest, and you're like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "The fuck, dude? I have a 15 top here. I'm trying to take care of."
What's funny is I was with my wife, and she's like, "Why are you even going?"
I thought that was
there?"
your sis.
No, that was not my sister. That was my wife.
Ah,
I'm not from West Virginia, down south a little bit, But no, that is my wife. And she was like, "Why are you going there while he's working? You're not going to be able to talk to him." And of course, I come while you're like deep into the weeds. And
well, Pitt had their graduation, and then there were people that just came in.
yeah. I was like, "Ah, shit." And then as soon as it cleared up, we left. We were like,
Yeah, that's why you had your mule, and she had, I think, a beer or a glass of wine or something.
yeah. I was trying to get her drunk to take advantage of her, but that didn't happen.
Did you wait on them, Tree?
What's that?
What's up?
Did you wait on them?
No, they sat at the bar.
Yeah, I tried to get sat in Tree's section, and the hostess.
They were just loaded. That's the problem.
Yeah, Jonathan Zygmunt, my wife is hot. You can ask Tree.
She ain't bad looking.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm a very ugly.
She's probably hot when you married her, man. Just saying.
Okay,
But she ain't bad looking.
that's like the best backhand compliment I've ever gotten. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, shut up, asshole.
I don't know. The one thing I
Fucking
don't get
old.
is why my wife is married to me. That's pretty hard to figure out.
I was trying to figure out if it was a compliment or it was not a compliment that he.
It is a
asked
compliment,
his
but
sister.
I mean.
But no, asked if it was your sister. I was trying to figure out up the top if that was a compliment.
Well, because he said in the message, like, don't hit on my sister when I get there. And I thought that was his sister.
That would make sense.
Yeah, originally we were
reasonable.
going to have a whole crew come in, like my brother, my sister, and my wife, and other people, but then it just ended up being my wife, so that's what happens. That's the only person that gives a shit about me. All right, let's talk about sports, though. It was funny. I did tweet out the picture on Twitter, and Tree was blurry.
You went and met you went and met Tree, and you sat and had a few drinks, and then that was it, and then it was gone. Like you had a chance to like hang out, and it was like let's just hang out at the bar that he's at, the restaurant he's at. Like that was it. That's the story.
Yeah, that's
the
it.
story.
That's the whole story. No, I just happened to be in his town, and then and I just was like, all right, I'm here. I'll never be here again. I'll just cruise by where you're working. Tree. I gave him a ton of advance warning too, and he couldn't get the night off. So that's how shit works.
Whatever. Well, they were on a server shortage. I tried, but couldn't.
Yeah.
Really? I couldn't get off the night before either.
Well, I didn't get in town till midnight. So, anyways, let's talk. Hey, I see a couple Snapchats there. That's what we do here. We call them Snapchats, even though they're...
You call them Snapchats.
Super chats, dad jokes all aside. James G just gave us 99 cents. Thank you. And Kevin Sika, I hope I'm saying that right. When is the NFL draft vid coming out? Screw the Caps. You have a draft vid coming out?
Yes, sir, I do. I just, I've unfortunately been pretty busy this week. Work's been kicking my ass. Plus, I can't do vocals during the day because they're doing construction on the roof. But I'm hoping to get it out in the next few days. It's going to be like a light editing video, more commentary based. I'm worried it's going to be long, like 15, 20 minutes.
I mean,
because I'm going over every first round pick.
You don't want jackhammering in the back of your audio? I mean...
Yeah, right. Yeah. They're working on the roof. Exactly, yeah. You don't want that shit in there. What's that? What audio quality? What the fuck is that?
Yeah. I don't care about that shit. So...
By the way, I'm convinced everyone in their lives it's wait tables. Like literally every person on earth, as a job, because it teaches you a lot about how to treat people, write things. It teaches you way more than the amount of money you can make doing it. I waited tables for a long time, and
to be honest with you, man, I've learned more in waiting tables about myself, life, and people in general than I did in 4 years of college.
It's so true. Literally every wait tables at some point. Because it is really, you learn a lot about yourself, about other people, about how people treat other people, about the types of people there are on Earth. It really is incredible. It's an incredible experience.
Yeah, the one thing I learned from waiting tables is it's much better to be the person ordering the food. That's, for me, I don't know. I waited tables for 2 years, and it was rough.
Yeah, it could kick your ass.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather tell dick jokes on YouTube. That's my thing. Kevin Sika, he said, you are saying it right. Which team had the worst draft? I don't really see any failures of teams.
That's bad picks, but no real bad drafts.
Yeah. I liked what Cleveland did in the later rounds. I really liked what they did.
I'm not a fan of their first two picks. I feel like, I'm not that crazy about Baker Mayfield, like a lot of people are. But Denzel Ward seems like a guy they wanted to trade down to get, but they didn't really get reasonable value, so they just picked him where he was.
Yeah, I like doing that. I can respect that instead of being like, oh, let's just pick the best player. Let's pick the guy that we need.
Well, Bradley Chubb would have been pretty good. Minkah Fitzpatrick, I like. But that's more of a subjective thing.
Yeah, that's funny. That's what I find hilarious about the whole draft grade process. Basically you have these draft prognosticators that they spend all these months putting together their write-ups on each player, and then when the players they like get drafted by teams, they like the draft of that team, and when the players they don't like get drafted, it's they had a bad draft. Why? Because guys that I watched film on, I don't like them. I don't know. It's so funny to me. It's everybody got better because everybody got young talent. It's just probably most teams, and I'm guessing I'm with you, Tree, Cleveland, because I'm just going off of history and nothing more than that. And they probably didn't get better because they're Cleveland, and they're, not just a Pittsburgh thing. Can they be any worse than they've been? There's
a part of me that does want them to start winning, but at this point, it's what the fuck? Everything they do is incompetent or turns to shit.
I hear they have a really bad sort of work. You ever have a job where it's real lax and real chill, but nothing fucking gets done? You're oh, this is a cool environment, but I'm never going to make a lot of money here because everybody fucking goofs off like I am right now. I think that's the environment that Cleveland has.
It sounds more incompetent. It sounds like people pretending to throw their fists around, but they do it to the wrong things. Or they get chucked around so many different times because they have so many different leadership. Because they just replaced their GM staff now, and now the GM staff is probably going to have a clash with the head coaching staff, and Haslam will probably have to choose between the two at the end of this season because they're going to deal with more bullshit.
I thought Scott McCloughan was a consultant or something.
He's too busy getting fucking drunk every night, man. Come on.
Says the guy.
Look at the Steelers. They've had 3 coaches?
3 head coaches since 1969.
Chuck Noll, Cowher, and now Tomlin. Are you kidding me? And
Haslam era's had 5.
Cleveland's had 3 coaches the last 2.
Chudzinski, Patton, actually 4.
Yeah, I don't get why you fire someone after a year. That's not, no matter what they're, unless they go 0-16 and you bring them back. Like, what is the logic there? Like, Chudinsky wasn't terrible.
Because he probably thought, like, he didn't have the tools to succeed, and he blamed it on Sashi Brown. Mm-hmm. And then, like, they look at, like, oh, look, we traded down. Oh, shit, that became Carson Wentz. Let's trade it down again and get more value. Oh, shit, that became Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking at.
Yeah. All right, real quick from the Oshawott man. Hey, Peanut Gallery, is my mic all right this time? Do I need to turn it up? Someone say yes. I know you guys can hear me, but
I'd say yeah. It's a tad cold, but
is it? Should I turn it up a little bit? I don't know. Anyways, hey, 5 Points Vids question: have you seen the Titans' new uniforms? I got it up here on the screen. What is with this upside down home plate looking shit here with this? I'm a former graphic designer. I think they look like shit.
They should just have 1 yard after Titans, and then just be like, and make it ironic because they're 1 yard short every time.
They should cut the jersey off. They should do a midriff here and just say this is because we were 1 yard short, right here, and just show that
1 yard short, or like
Mariota's 8 looks like a fucking glass.
It looks like an hourglass.
Yeah,
exactly. It looks so bizarre.
Like you could put sand in that, and it's be like, this is the amount of time he has left to prove he is a legitimate NFL starting quarterback.
Throwing passes to himself aside, he should try throwing to receivers next time. All right, let's put this game back on real quick. And then we had one more Snapchat here. Don't Feed Phil. Good to see ya. Thoughts on Jason Witten's retirement? I think I tweeted earlier today. I said Jason Witten was like, hey, Tony, we didn't win a Super Bowl. Now you're getting paid to do fucking easy shit, so I can do the same thing. Me and Tony. Brought from failure on the football field to the booth.
$5 million a year to be on Monday Night Football. I mean, why would you suffer brain injuries when you can go call football games for $5 million?
Exactly, $500,000, and like I think we know why ESPN's going broke, but $500,000 and a nice cushy gig for 1 day a week and maybe some correspondence on NFL Live, or taking a pay cut and getting your head blown in and dealing with the rigors of father time and your body falling to shit. I think that's an easy choice for most of us.
You know, as a Giants fan, I really did respect Whitten because that son of a bitch would catch the ball and get open in the biggest spots, and he fucking wreaked havoc on the Giants for his entire career.
That dude was a very solid player.
Yeah, he was.
Very solid.
I would always be like, fuck Whitten.
Easy candidate for the Hall of Very Good.
I think he's a Hall of Famer, for sure. I mean... He missed, one game because his spleen fell out?
I would take, like, Antonio Gates and Tony Gonzalez over him.
Yeah, but
Gonzalez has, like, the reception, like, the tight end touchdown record. Gates transformed the position. And I think Witten's the third in that group.
But Football Hall of Fame just goes by, hey, did you play 10 years and not die? Like, that's like, hey, you made it in the league 10 years, you're in the Hall of Fame. You might not get in first ballot, but it'll take a while, James Lofton.
No, and I mean, it's a model of consistency. He missed one, and I mean, 239 career games, most for the Dallas Cowboys. He was just like the best thing you could say about him, probably isn't even the most positive thing in the world, is he was just unbelievably consistent.
Yeah, kind of like cake batter. He was very consistent. That's been mixed properly, All right, Kyle Hummel. Whenever someone tells you can't do something, remember 5 Points graduated from an actual college. So it's possible unless it's Knicks winning a title before 5 Points dies. That is impossible. Every year I get closer to the grave and the Knicks get further away from a championship.
Who wins a championship?
Well, when James Dolan dies, you'll have a chance. That's all that matters.
He is older.
Who wins the championship for the Knicks of it?
The Knicks are who? I lost you there for a second.
All right.
Yeah.
The Knicks
you kind of cut off. Which team were you thinking about, man? The Knicks or the Titans?
Who wins the championship first? The Knicks or the
He cut off again. Cavaliers?
You're not hearing me?
No, you cut off.
You're kind of cutting off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. All right, let me.
It's all right, dude.
just
It's not your
stay
fault.
in one spot. The Knicks or the Browns?
Oh my god.
Browns.
Oh,
Interesting.
Wow.
Ah,
You got to say the Knicks.
it depends how Porzingis develops, really.
Yeah.
But he's probably going to be gone.
The Knicks are too dedicated to winning and getting back to being a relative team. Then the Browns, I don't think, are actually committed to winning a Super Bowl. They're just committed to not losing their season ticket holders.
Even then, they're not doing a good job.
No, I know the Knicks' commitment to winning has been very successful.
Yeah, but I think with the NBA, you can you're gonna have a good team every 5 some odd years, no matter how bad you try not to be good. Though the Suns are trying really hard not to be good.
Well, I think it's harder to be this bad in the NFL because of the draft. I mean, the draft.
Well, the hard salary cap too.
Right. The hard cap and the draft. I mean, you could have bad drafts in the NBA for a decade, and I mean it's easy. There's 2 rounds. Most of the best players first round, anyways. In a 7-round draft where you've got a chance to get really good players in the first at least 3 rounds.
Dude, look at Cleveland. They're literally one guy, and they're in the playoffs.
Yep.
Well,
And they're going to lose that guy
James and some other shit.
hold on, guys. My
and
dog.
they're going to lose that guy and be back to being the worst team in the NBA.
Yeah, he's probably going to the Lakers. Or
I can't even decide who was the worst owner in Cleveland. Joe Banner, the owner of the Cleveland Browns, defrauded a bunch of truckers with Flying J gas station.
Jimmy Haslam. That's Haslam. No,
Yeah,
Haslam,
Haslam.
not Banner. Haslam, not Banner. Yeah.
Banner was like their executive, I think.
He's a scumbag, Haslam, with the Flying J crap. And then Dan Gilbert defrauded a bunch of people with mortgages, with shitty mortgages. Who's like the most,
Precourt, though. Precourt's in Ohio.
No, he's Columbus.
Yeah, he's in Columbus, but he's close enough to Cleveland. What is it with Ohio and all the scumbags? Scumbag.
Mike Brown, man.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so
It
true.
must be the
Mike
flatland.
Brown.
It's like they're in that identity between flyover state and reality.
I like how Mike Brown, his dad, was like, you know what? You guys have a team named after me, but fuck you. I'm going to start a team one town over and buy that shit. And just be like, fuck you. Because I'm fucking...
Yeah. And then he put in his son, a legacy who hasn't done shit.
Hasn't done shit. Why don't the Browns fucking helmets? Why do they have orange helmets? Like as if your organization couldn't be worse.
Well, they
Orange
changed up their unis. I like their old unis better. Like
Yeah,
now
I
they
agree.
just look like Halloween orange.
I just never got the orange helmets. You're the Browns, and I know it's they're not actually named after the color, but still, it's like you should be an atrocious franchise forever if you have a name of a color as your name and you're not even the color.
Are they the only team that is named? Well, I guess the Syracuse Orange Men.
The Orangemen, the All Blacks from New Zealand,
Yeah.
New Zealand.
rugby.
Mm-hmm. That's another name for the Georgetown Hoyas.
Get it. Ah,
All right. Zach Stopla. Predict how the Bears will do next season. 6 wins. I think Trubisky is a lot of project.
I'm wearing the Bears shirt right now. Easily 10 or 11 wins.
Oh, okay. Are you saying 14-2 and I don't know how they lose 2? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, of course, it's just like every year for Bears fans.
What do you
expect the most
realistically
and
think?
get the worst.
What do you
I
for
think
real?
500 is reasonable. 500 is reasonable. You guys are laughing at me for saying 500. Look, as a Bears fan, it's been 3 years since I've watched a game that actually meant something. Like literally every year by the end of September, it's like, oh, let's lose this game because then we get a better draft pick. For 3 years, it's been like that.
That
Not
is
the
kinda
Browns
sad.
for crying out loud. I mean, we need to play some meaningful games.
That does hurt.
your owners only give a shit about making money.
Yeah. Oh, and
Oh yeah.
That's the thing is teams reflect ownership. You bad ownership, you don't have a chance. It's so hard to be good in professional sports. It's even harder when you have bad ownership that has no idea what they're doing. And it's about hierarchies. It really is. It truly is.
Yep.
Because you think about businesses, if they have bad ownership and bad hierarchies and not good structure, they're going to fail as a business. But you can't fail in the NFL. You're printing your own freaking money. So the only way that you fail It's by losing games, and that's what we see from the Browns and a lot of these teams that are just consistently bad.
They'd only fail if they had relegation.
Yeah, you're right.
Good
they
luck.
should.
I wish that they did have relegation, but how would you like? How
I'd
would
say
you
maybe the
set-
bottom 2 teams.
Yeah, but then what?
But then I don't know how you do the draft.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I guess I don't know. I think the
You
system
have
is
to
fine.
ideal like the European transfer market.
Yeah, I think our system is fine of the NFL and the NBA. And you know what? So what if tanking is the thing? You pay for that. You don't sell as much gear when your team tanks. People don't show up to the games. You know, other fans come to your building. So what? That's what you chose by tanking. I mean, I don't see what the problem is, really.
I think generally fans are okay with tanking. Like generally fans don't want to be in the middle. So like, I mean, I was just talking about it from a Bears fan's perspective. Like as soon as your team's out of it, you just want your team to start losing as many games as possible to maximize your draft pick.
Right. You
So-
actually get pissed when your team wins. You're like, what the
Yeah,
fuck are
yeah.
you doing?
That's why Philly booed Santa Claus, man. They won 2 games at like the last moment that prevented them from getting O.J. Simpson.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
they could have had the
Well, and then
murderer
the
himself.
Steelers and Bears, I think they played the year of Terry Bradshaw. They played like the last game of the season. They're both 2 worst teams in the NFL, and I think the Bears won, and because of it, the Steelers ended up with Terry Bradshaw.
What was it? The Detroit Lions played the Packers in the the Miami Dolphins and the Packers in the Vinny Testaverde Bowl, and the Packers ended up coming back like late and not getting Vinny Testaverde. Like it was a big deal.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it
forget.
happened. You know, old guys like me remember that shit.
Well, I remember Vinny Testaverde was hot shit back in the day, and then
He was.
didn't really do anything for another 10 years.
Hey, it's a Vinny Testaverde. Hey, yeah, right.
Hey,
All right, David Benjamin.
sounds like a combination between a mobster and a sports car.
Yes, it's a Testaverde.
The Testaverde.
Only the best drive a Testaverde.
The new flashy hot car from Ferrari.
The Testaverde. does have a little testy sound into it though. Like could be like maybe something a real fancy type of underwear that you put your balls in. You know,
Testarossa.
it's the Testaverde. You know that would be green nut. I think in Italian, right? Verde means green. I don't know. David Benjamin, who I think is MOT. What do you think, David Benjamin? There, Ari.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
in
100%.
Cleveland, where I live, there are 3 billboards that say Philly wants LeBron. Do you think that's possible? I think LeBron going anywhere is possible if they don't get to the finals. You know, but they look damn good against Toronto tonight, and Kevin Love actually showed up.
Well, I mean, we'll see. Like, I think he's tired of carrying his own goddamn team. Like, he's pissed at their owner. He wanted Paul George. He wanted Eric Bledsoe, and he got neither.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think there's a chance in hell that he stays in Cleveland. Like I would. Be
I
shocked
don't.
if he
I don't
stayed.
believe he will.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to get flamed like he did for leaving the first time either. Like most people would just be like, we get it. Like Dan Gilbert's
Well,
a
this
fucking
time-
cock.
Remember, his goal when coming back to Cleveland was to win them a championship. He fulfilled his end of the bargain.
One.
Yeah, yeah, but that's how
Well, he's the only
great he
reason why they
is.
got the championship.
You have to give him credit. He brought Cleveland a championship.
He broke the curse.
Yes, Cleveland. Like, they have nothing else to celebrate other than, like, rundown building. Like, they were setting, like, actual occupied buildings on fire after that happened. They didn't even need to go into empty houses.
They basically, by getting him to agree to come back, they basically give him the franchise. I mean, he's been running that franchise. And then the funniest part about that is now he's pissed off because of the players that he himself put around him. Like,
It is kind of
he
irony.
made every acquisition. He made every trade. He's responsible. In order for him to forgive and forget Dan Gilbert and the stupid, ridiculous baby letter that he wrote, he basically had to be gifted the franchise and all the power that came with it. He did it, and he made the stupid trade for Wiggins for Kevin Love and gave Tristan Thompson all that money. And I mean, he's made his bed. And it's funny is it's like now he gets to blame everybody else for the shit show that himself brought in.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a LeBron apologist. Like, he is going to deflect. He does get to run away from that blame. But at the same time, why do people do anything, right? Because they can. And he can just be like, up, out, mic drop.
It's true.
Going to Golden State.
It's true. Nothing ventured,
criticism be damned. Like, I don't think the league would let him do that. But I think if he joined the Sixers, that would be big. Big.
I mean, you can't deal with more arrogance from Philly's fan base.
All right.
You just can't.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad.
It's horrible.
It's getting pretty bad.
You can't give them a taste. Because you gave them a taste and now they think they're hot shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to stuff them like ants. It's terrible.
I really hate Philly. All right, Don't Feed Phil, $5. Thanks for supporting the show. Ready to lose to my Packers and Vikings twice again, Bear Boy. That's what we do on this show, by the way, Ari, is we all talk shit. We dish it out, but yeah, I think...
They're talking shit to the Bears?
Yeah.
It's like talking shit to a midget. But yeah, we sucked. Sucked for a long time. Wait, yes, it's horrible. It's
fighting a midget.
The Packers are.
Go ahead.
Packers are run well. That's why they're as successful as they are. Packers and Steelers. It's not a coincidence that they are as successful as they've been. It'll be interesting to see though with what happens with the Vikings and Cousins and God. That just seems like they're not going to. Like that's the thing is people always project out. Oh, the Vikings are going to be really good and the Eagles are going to be really good. There's just so many other dynamics that go in the NFL that make it interesting, that just completely change things.
A couple injuries here and there. No one has depth in this league. You lose two starters and you're fucked in the NFL. You saw it with the Giants as soon as Odell went down. Like, doesn't matter how good of a defense or how healthy they are. You lose one or two key players and you're done. And so, but the Vikes do have a defense. All things aside, if they're healthy, they're making a run. They're making a deep run.
How do they break our hearts this year, though?
That's true.
Because they did it the last year with being blown out after one of their greatest victories in franchise history.
They know how to blow games. What was it, 15-1? And Gary Anderson?
Yep, 15-1, and then Gary Anderson and the Atlanta Falcons.
But nothing can top the Brett Favre interception.
Oh, God.
Brett Favre interception, the Blair Walsh miss.
One of the greatest.
I think the Staubach Hail Mary.
Oh,
yeah, that's
wow,
right.
You're going
that's right.
way
Hail
back.
Mary. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one of the greatest calls of any game ever was the Vikings radio play-by-play call. Brett Favre interception. The guy just loses.
He flipped his shit.
Yeah,
that dude is I feel bad for that guy because he has so much passion and love, and he just has to deal with that. I felt like his whole that NFC Championship game last year was just somber for him.
Let me get that call up here. Hold on. I can find it real quick.
Easy death. It was an easy death for him. Yeah, that's it.
You could take a knee, and you could...
right. He was explaining all the situations.
No.
Favre made a really stupid pass.
He did. He threw over the middle across his body, and with no reason to do it. All he had to do was throw it into the stand, and they would have kicked a field goal and won. Oh, here it is. Paul Allen's call. Here. I got you.
Yeah, the Arizona one. That was another big one.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one.
Wait, we got to watch this ad first.
3?
Hold on. Here it is.
They were 6-0. They lost 6 of 9. They don't make the playoffs because they lose to the 4-11 Cardinals.
That's right. That's right.
I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. It was
They give up a touchdown in the last play of the game, too.
Yep, to Josh McCown.
You guys can't hear it, maybe? I don't think you can hear it. He goes, intercepted.
Hear
I can't
bit.
believe what I'm seeing right now. Is what he
I can't
said.
believe what I'm seeing right now. You have one play for the Super Bowl. All you had to do was take a knee.
Yeah, that's what he said. I can't believe what I'm seeing, right? He was like, it's, when you're a fan of a team, and I've watched Eli Manning for a long time, and I'm sure, Tree, as you watch Ben Roethlisberger, there's moments where you're like, this motherfucker's in an interception kind of mood. And you just feel it coming, and you're like, yep, there it is. Yep. I knew you were going to do that. And it's like...
The only guy that doesn't do that is Aaron Rodgers. That guy is really annoying if you're a Bears fan or a Vikings fan or a Lions fan.
Well, you have to remember, too, he's the only reason why the Packers are any good. He's like LeBron.
Yeah.
He is
totally.
LeBron.
Completely agree.
Of the NFL. All right, $5. Hold on. We got some more here.
Come on, get it out of the fucking zone. Penguins, goddammit.
Jacob Hunziker.
It's like a power play.
What does it take? How much would I have to pay to work with you guys and or find out where Tree works in Pittsburgh? Would make my life complete.
Penalty of death.
Yeah. Yeah. What you need to do is go down to the bus station, right? And
say, like, you want somebody who sucks dicks for $10.
Right. You find the stall that
and you will find me.
Right.
On the street corner.
Tree will teabag you if you're here at midnight, and then hang out there. And someone will come in there and teabag you. It might not be Tree or not, but doesn't matter. I mean, mission accomplished. The Oshawott man, you asked us before, thoughts on the the Jags' new uniforms versus the Titans. Wow, hey, Oshawott, you really like uniforms.
I'm not crazy. Do they still have the same helmets? Because haven't been crazy about their helmets.
They got rid of that two-tone bullshit.
They just got rid of the two-tone helmets. Yes, which is the
I wasn't crazy about those.
Ugh, hideous.
Yeah,
but
it was bad. Like it looked like they were like, hey, let's paint them black. No, let's paint them gold. All right, we got to get these helmets out of here.
It's like, I mean, I get creativity, but at that point, it's like, stop fucking doing stuff, and it's like, this is retarded. Let's not do it.
Yeah, it's too. It looks like tried. Like we're the Jaguars. We have
these uniforms are looking kind of lit, though. Wait, these aren't the new ones. Which ones are the new ones?
No, I think the ones you.
This one, home away alternate.
I think so. Yeah, the ones.
They're kind of tight, man. I like it when a team takes like an alternate color and makes that their main color. I like it when they do that. You know.
Give any examples?
Except for this mustard one that Blake Bortles is wearing in the Color Rush. That was shit. That actually, I take back everything I just said. I hate it when teams do that. 7 minutes left in this Pittsburgh game. How tight is that butthole?
My anus is super clenched right now.
Well, that's how I operate all the time. My anus is always clenched. Mega Nixter 1. Fire, hire, extend Marvin Lewis, Jay Fisher, Hugh Jackson. Wow. Marvin Lewis is the Jeff Fisher of the NFL that just hasn't gotten fired yet. Like, completely in denial of his own poor ability. He's Dunning-Kruger. I think so.
Well, I mean, at least with Jeff Fisher, you're getting 7 and 9.
That's true. And a whole bunch of
Hugh Jackson, you're not getting that.
No.
90% of it, Jeff Fisher, as John, like you just have a boatload of average coaches that continue to coach and get jobs simply because of their average, and over the course of their careers, they have enough losing seasons to be 500.
Well, I mean,
they don't.
Yeah.
Look at like the NHL too. Like, I mean, it's full of retreads.
No, it's so true.
Yeah,
but I mean, especially you look at the way in which advanced medicine becomes such a big sports. Like the NFL, they're like cavemen compared to other leagues when it comes to it's like, and especially with coaches. Like the biggest reason that Doug Peterson and the is because they used like pretty decent advanced metrics as far as when to go for it on fourth down and opponent's territory, like basic stuff that all teams should use, and yet they're all like lost in the 1700s.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of old school when it comes to the NFL. They're just like, meh.
Well, I don't know why they went for a disciple of Andy Reid. That was the huge question mark.
Yeah, but
a lot of like sports are old school. I mean, look at NHL. Look at how they talk about hockey plays and, the good old game and, like, that sort of stuff. It's like blending new age analytics with the old age.
Yes, I agree.
The NHL's turning into, like, a speed-based game. And, like, there are people that want to keep it, like, back in the 70s when it was just, like, the Broad Street Bullies. And, like, just fights everywhere. And nobody filled a stadium because there was no talent on the ice.
Yeah, I miss 70s hockey when they used those metal sticks and they would fucking slash or cross-check people with a metal stick and just break ribs and entire bodies. And then the goalies were wearing the equivalent of like, couple waffle pads on their legs, actual waffles. And they were like, yeah, I'm going to stop a puck. And that's why Gretzky scored like 90 some odd goals one year.
Well, I like too, like if you look at like 70s, 80s hockey, like it was sloppy. Really sloppy.
It was.
Like, you saw the goaltenders, like, their technique was awful. Yeah. The defensemen were pylon. Like,
Right.
I mean, you call like certain defensemen pylons. Like the defensemen in the '80s, they were pylons. They were just like, yeah, I'm going to sit here and watch Bobby Orr and Wayne Gretzky and Guy Lafleur just walk all over us, and that's why you get all those highlights.
Yeah, they used to. Gretzky would get the zone
nice save.
and then get inside the hash marks and just throw a wrister on net. And the goalies would always be, I guess, because they couldn't drop. Their pads suck, so they wouldn't butterfly that often. The goalies would always just be standing up and be like, "Oh shit, I just got beat again." You know, it was like the steroid era in baseball.
Like they either like stood still or they flopped like a fish.
Right,
that was the only two options.
Right. But sometimes, man, some goalies could make a difference. Like Mike Richter, man, he was amazing. All right, Southie. Oh wait. Henry O'Brien with a Pittsburgh emblem. With the Pirates. He wants to know about the Cavs winning Game 2. I'm impressed, man. I am impressed. Kevin Love, 30-some odd points.
Dude, I'm just going to sit back and laugh at the Raptors. Everyone said, this is their year. You're so wrong. I'm going to point you back to my haters guide. Remember what I said? We the second-round playoff elimination. The Raptors do this shit every year. That's why you can't get optimistic about them. Same thing with the Rockets. Because they always falter come playoff time. Yeah. Always.
I was thinking of a sports equivalent of DeMar DeRozan, but the sports equivalent to him is James Harden.
Yeah. Like literally, LeBron James versus Toronto is like the history of Penn's Caps.
Yeah. They have a better roster. They have better players. They absolutely should win the series. And somehow, some people LeBron just has their number. He knows how to get on.
And with the Rockets, it's hard. Chris Paul's entire he's a choker, and Mike D'Antoni it's like
D'Antoni's has a legacy of failure. His record in the playoffs is under 500.
Yeah, it's just amalgamation.
D'Antoni is like.
And we
go ahead.
I would say I don't know, maybe Boudreaux, but he had some really good Suns teams.
He did, and they never won shit. He had Amari Stoudemire and two-time MVP Steve Nash because he couldn't convince Nash to play defense. And that's why they fucking sucked. And
he hasn't convinced anybody. And that's why
they had Jeremy Lin once, and then they ran him out of town.
Yeah.
Really, like,
well, then
what saved him in New York for a year.
Yeah, and then D'Antoni resigned. I do like watching his style of basketball. It's very entertaining, but it's not going to win you shit. It's just not.
Yeah, especially when Cleveland's plan is just give the ball to LeBron. That's literally their game plan.
What's funny is in Game 1 at the end of regulation, you saw clearly he in the huddle, he was like, motherfuckers, give me the basketball. Like, that's the play. Like
Game 7 was just like, just give the ball to LeBron, fuck it.
Yeah. Tehran, shut the fuck up, whatever X's and O you got there. I would see LeBron just take his hand and wipe it onto the whiteboard and be like, fuck you. It's called inbound to me.
Tyronn Lue's a puppet, man.
He is. Everyone in the Cleveland...
Literally, LeBron runs the show there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the only reason if they keep him is because, they give him a stake in ownership. That's the only way.
I want to get to this one. This is a great question from Southie 98.
2-on-1. Hold on.
What? Shit. My stream is like way behind you.
Fuck. I'm like 320.
Oh. Yeah, I think I'm still in the commercial break or the.
Yeah, you're super behind.
Yeah.
And I'm probably super behind too.
Someone was put in the chat that they scored and it took 2 minutes before it registered. But anyways, Southie 98. What team out of the remaining Western Conference bracket has the best chance of winning the Cup? Wow, San Jose made Vegas look very human last night.
I would say Winnipeg.
How the fuck did, and I'm sure Mephisto is still fuming about that, how the fuck you blow a 3-0 third period lead or second period lead and get
because Nashville has not looked that good.
Yeah, they don't.
You could argue Colorado was the weakest team in the playoffs.
It's so hard to get.
And they almost beat them. They could have beat them if they had, Varlamov in net. Yeah. They may have been able to beat them if they had Eric Johnson.
Yeah, I think, it's a coin toss. I just don't know who to pick right now because Winnipeg looks very good. And
Winnipeg looks elite.
I think Vegas...
When was the last time a Canadian...
What was that? Was he talking?
When was the last time a Canadian team
Won the cup? 94, Montreal Canadiens.
That's right, 94. Shit.
It's been.
I always like, my favorite part about it would be having to get there and then lose. That's always fun.
Yeah,
Always
that's
makes me
painful.
always gives me great American cup.
It's so hard to get to the finals.
Or you're like Ottawa, like when you lose in an overtime game, or a double overtime game 7.
Yeah.
That's pain.
Yeah, or the Caps when they lost to the Rangers
Island,
game 7.
or the Isles in 4 overtime game 7 in the 80s.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that hurts. Jacob Hunziker, best answer ever. This is worth the extra $2. Thank you. Nice picture, Jake, by the way. Oshawott man, relocate, stay, delete, return, Titans, Jaguars, Chargers, Browns. Okay, so I guess this is a game. You got to relocate one. Mine is always Browns to the bottom of Lake Erie. Stay, I would say.
Oh, Washington got called for too many men.
Oh.
Jesus.
That's what you get called on, right? At home? Too many men?
That might cost them the game.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Lord.
Chargers, I would relocate back to San Diego. Jaguars.
Yeah, I got 6 men. Actually, they got 7 men out there.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Sounds like
What the fuck, Washington?
what are they, gang-banging out on the ice?
Yeah, they got 7 men on the ice.
I heard the best advice if you show up to a gangbang is wear shoes. Just that's a tip from your uncle. 5 points right there. Kevin Sika, who wins the title first? Browns, Texans, or Lions? Wow.
Ooh. I'm going to say Texans. Because Deshaun Watson looks like a stud.
Yeah. And I think what's his name? Pieface. Matt Stafford he's going to retire without winning a title. And the Browns, no.
I feel bad for Matt Stafford. He's like Aaron Rodgers in Detroit. They are wasting.
Yep. He's been.
Like, if there's a reason, I know everyone requests the Detroit Lions video. That might be the reason why I do it eventually, because of how they treat Matt Stafford.
He's like the modern day David Carr, right? He's just getting fucking lit up every game and still producing. I guess that's the difference. Is
Oh, there we go. Empty net. Clincher.
oh, you got
Fucking Penguin! Sorry, I had to.
it. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, the Tanks fighting! Beat his ass! Beat his ass! Sorry.
the Yinzer comes out, everyone. You know, the Caps are really gonna miss Tom Wilson, and I hate to say it, but Wilson was very effective clogging up neutral.
Tom Wilson was their X Factor.
Yep, he was clogging up neutral, hitting guys in the face, creating a ton of problems, and just now he's gone. He was on the ice in every goal last game, at least. I thought his plus minus was very plus, and the Caps are in trouble. So what?
I mean, you're tied now.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of expected a 2-2 split. This win was huge for them. The Pens needed this.
Oh God! If they went down 3-1, they would have to reverse sweep the Caps anyway. Just make
Caps are good at 3-1s, but I didn't see it with this Pen squad. Now, if you're split, you got to change.
Are the Caps the only team Have they blown 3-1 leads in consecutive? They didn't have a 3-1 lead in the interim that year. Oh,
They've blown I think they've blown the most 3-1 leads out of any team.
How do you do that?
Because I know they blew it against Montreal, they blew it against the Rangers, they blew it against the Penguins, they blew it against shoot. I know there was another team. I think the Penguins again.
And then, like Ari said, they got to the finals against Detroit and got blown out of the fucking.
And they got
building.
swept.
Yeah.
Yep.
I actually went to 2 games during that run. That was actually fun. They had a fun team that year.
Sergei Gonchar, Peter Bondra, the goalie, Adam Oates, Housley.
Yeah.
They're a nice team.
One thing I want to talk about. Let me get through these Snapchats here. Nathan Dewey. Do you know Dewey? Thoughts on the Giants draft this year? I loved it. Loved what they did. Got a steal in Barkley. They're committed to winning now. They got a nice defensive tackle after that. They got an offensive lineman. They filled a lot of holes with a bunch of rookies. But, I mean, if they can stay healthy.
Won 7 games this year. Congratulations.
Yes. If they can stay healthy, 7.5 is my line for them.
I mean, Saquon Barkley, I think he could be a generational talent. That dude's special.
He could. Especially
you get the right line in front of him.
Yeah.
He's going to be huge.
I think
Yeah,
so.
but is Eli? That's the biggest thing, right? I mean, it was last year product of no offensive line.
McAdoo's a fucking idiot.
Well, that too, but I don't know.
You know,
He benched him for Geno Smith.
In a like a
Why?
right in some type of like personal like something that reeked of personal
I
beef.
thought we were getting another empty netter.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just needed that one, man.
Well,
They
you got
really
right
needed
hand,
it.
You got
It
right
could be a
hand.
generation, but I
Good
think when you
shit.
draft that high in the quarterback, like if Darnold ends up being a great quarterback, they're going to always look back and think we passed on that guy.
Yeah. Like I'm not super sold on Baker Mayfield. I think he has like a very like thin skin because like you look at his like things and they say like he's like keeping track of his haters and doubters and like that's not healthy. That seems like something of like, you know, like a guy if he deals with adversity he'll crack.
I've got
It's the same. They said the same shit about Ryan Leaf. You know, like they thought he had this swagger and they had this like cannon arm, and once he blew up, like he broke down.
You're saying it's bad to keep track of my haters? I've got like a spreadsheet for all.
Don't get me wrong, I get plenty of hate, motherfucker, but I don't give a shit. So
I've got
fuck
like a
it.
spreadsheet. It's like I'm gonna find you, gonna track you down, gonna set.
It's like
shit on
that Jay
fire.
and Silent Bob. You just go to everyone's house and kick their ass.
Yeah, that's right. I'll find you. And then last one here: Randall, Gavin, Yinzer powers activate. They've been activated.
Oh, Yinzer powers have definitely been activated.
That's
sir.
right.
They've
I wanna
gone
talk-
Super Saiyan, motherfucker.
I want to talk about something really quick. That topic that I kind of glommed onto. Trevor Bauer had a bunch of accusations about the Astros. Have you seen this, Tree? Ari, have you seen this? Or what?
No.
What he said? So basically, Trevor Bauer was talking about spin rate on the ball, and he said that spin rate really affects the outcome of games, and that the Astros have a much higher spin rate than the rest of the league. And he was sort of alluding to the fact that they're using some type of tacky substance, and they're doctoring the ball. And he was indirectly criticizing the Astros as being a culprit. And to me, the thing is, in baseball, when there's smoke, there's usually fire. It's impossible to keep cheating under wraps, especially when people are doctoring the ball. Because what do they say about a secret, right? Two people can keep it if one of them's dead. And if you're a catcher and if your pitcher's doctoring the ball, you know. As soon as you throw it back to the pitcher, you're like, oh, you're fucking cheating over there. Good. I need you to throw a nice biting slider on the next pitch. My question is like, does he have validity there? Because, Verlander looked done last year. And he comes to the Stros and is throwing bullets. And I don't know. Do you think the Astros are doctoring the ball?
I mean, I can't really confirm until it comes out. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because the MLB always looked the other way during the steroid era, too. Mm-hmm. They always look for ratings. And if something's going to get them ratings, they're going to keep going. That's the way I've always been.
So I'm going to ask, where baseballs come from? Like, did each team have their? Doesn't the umpire keep the baseballs? And they
have like a stock of baseballs, and every time they get dirt on them, they have to give them away.
Well, don't you think it would be smart to figure out if there's a substance that's transparent that gives you good tack on the ball? That this is 2018. We got all types of lube, right? I mean, you can buy flavored lube, you can buy really slick lube. Like if we put that much stock into anal sex. Like, I think we can find something to doctor the ball and get you 2 extra spins on a slider.
So basically, the pitcher, and they're just reaching the forearm, and like that's the thing, right? Like throughout the history of baseball, of that, but you have to like find pitchers at some point trying to grab something or somewhere to make it look like, they're doing something with it, right?
It would be brilliant is some type of glue that reacts with rosin, right? Like, and so it only occurs when you go to the rosin bag. Like, that's the nerdy chemist in me that thinks that's possible.
The Verlander thing, but that does a lot where like a pitcher will look dead and then they'll go somewhere else, and then for some reason their just career is reinvigorated. But
the Pirates have had that so many times.
Yeah,
and with AJ Burnett, with Liriano, J-Happ.
Yeah.
Well,
like, dude, it happened all the time.
Well, that's the other thing.
So I mean, sometimes a new voice does that.
Yeah,
and I can see that with a few Pirates pitchers too. Like Garrett Cole looks like a fucking stud right now. Charlie Morton looks really good in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you any money Tyler Glass now turns into a stud once he leaves Pittsburgh. Any money.
Yeah, that's maybe Pittsburgh's pitching coach sucks dick.
Didn't he have this huge aura around him, like like the Wizard Ray Searage? I mean, the Pirates are just suck anyway, but whatever.
All right, I got one more segment.
I don't buy it from Power. I think he's just pissed off because the Astros are so damn good.
Yeah, maybe I am fucking bitter. I don't give a shit.
You are bitter.
Pirates suck.
You are bitter. The Pirates are terrible. All right, hold on. I got a couple things here to wrap up. Let me get through these. YINZER Power, 4-9. Oh, wait. Oshawott Man. Thoughts on the Titans draft this year? I have no clue who the Titans drafted, so I'm deferring to you guys. There.
Off the top of my head, let's see here. Who did the Titans draft?
Let's look it up.
It was Rashawn Evans.
Oh, wow.
That's the Alabama guy. They traded up for him.
Oh, they're calling the Titans winners here. 5
they
teams
were like,
they had a lot of defense.
Yeah.
There were four inside linebackers first round?
Yeah, Harold Landry, Dane Cruikshank. Yeah, they got all
they
defense.
ended up with Landry. What the hell happened? Landry was top 10 talent. That guy was taken with, the 4th pick in the 2nd round?
Yeah, number 36 overall. This is a steal. Did he have attitude problems or something?
No, I think there were. But, I mean, it was bizarre. I mean, this was a guy that was considered beyond, he was second to Chubb in most of the, pre-draft stuff.
Which one, Bradley or Nick?
Bradley Chubb. I meant second pass rusher to Brad Chubb. Harold Landry, right? Like, who else was, I'm trying to think of the other guys that went. Like Marcus Davenport.
Like, I heard Sam Hubbard in the first round, but that's really about it.
And Davenport.
Like Davenport.
Right.
He's a project.
Yeah.
Nothing but projects. YINZER Power, thoughts on Penn's winning Game 4? Here, let me do a urinating tree impression. Yes!
Hold on.
Yes!
Sorry. I had to get that out of my system. It was a little caught up. Sorry.
That's appropriate. It's appropriate. That's fine. Brian, Southie 98. How many wins do you think the Yankees will get? The Yankees do not look good. I don't know what's going on.
The Yankees? Dude, they've won like 12 straight.
Wait, no. I'm thinking of the Mets. My bad.
Yeah, they were struggling early.
That up. The Mets
but then,
up.
ever since I did that script for their video, they've won 8 straight or 7 straight.
No, I think what's his name? Stanton has figured out how to hit.
Yeah.
He's.
Are they not booing the shit out of him anymore?
They're 21-10 now. I think the Yankees could win 92, 93 games.
I could see 96.
96?
Yeah. It's going to be tight between them and the Red Sox.
Brian Welsh gave us $9.99 to hear his name get read. Thank you.
$10, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then he went
$3.99.
$3.99. This is for Tree. Fuck you, Spanos.
Seriously, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And they got a really good defenseman in the draft because people are stupid.
Yeah.
Well, and they're going to be really good. They're nobody likes them. They have no fans. People. Well, because
it's all Dean Spanos' fault. They would have a fan base if he didn't fuck up everything.
Well, and he moved them to in L.A. Raiders, the Rams, or the Cowboys. They don't fucking like the
It's not
Chargers.
even the Cowboys. Like, they're more popular. The Steelers, the Seahawks, the Broncos. Like, I mean, even probably the fucking Jags could be more popular than them right now. And the Patriots. It's full of bandwagoners and former Rams and Raiders fans.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're gonna be really good. The Chargers are gonna be really fun this year.
Like they're like a private military company. Like, that's all they really are. They play in a fucking soccer stadium and they just beat the shit out of everybody.
They're the black.
And what's the Super Bowl parade going to be? Like, are they going to be like reserved for like? Are they going to be caught in traffic? And with Dean Spanos getting like shit chucked at him?
Right.
I would love that.
Their Super Bowl parade would be a bunch of San Diegans driving up the 5 and throwing.
That'd be fucking hilarious. Like Dean Spanos is like Queen Cersei in Game of Thrones. Shame.
I don't want.
No, Dean Spanos would be like King Louis XVIII, like going right to the guillotine.
right.
And like he'll say a speech and I'll like throw him like, "Fuck you, you're done." And then it's like, "Fuck you, Spanos."
Everyone yelling in unison. Brian Welsh, chinga tu madre, Spanos. That's right. Fuck your mom. And Jacob Hunziker. This is tough being a broke college student, but it's worth this. You guys never said which bus station I need to go to. Any bus station will work.
Any bus station, brother, man.
Station.
Yeah, I mean, you're not even in Pittsburgh right now. Well,
right.
Technically you would be, because Liberty would be off. I know who this guy is. I talked with him.
Oh, yeah.
Cool dude.
Liberty University?
Liberty. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
the guys that beat Baylor.
Hey, that's where my kid wants to go. He wants to go thumb some Bibles down at Liberty University. 2 quick things. I want to do this video clip here. All right, did you guys see this? The kid that took his sweet time running home to home plate. Did you see that? Where
Showboat him?
The coach told him to run as fast as he can, and he's like running really slow. If you can see it on screen here. Now,
It's not in slow motion.
no, it's not. He takes his time here, and then the coach is like, "Come on," and he shoves him off here. He's like, get off me," and then so everyone's laughing, right? Everyone's like, "Oh, it's so cute," you know. He's walking home. I have a different opinion. If that was my kid, I would smack the shit out of him. Like, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to run home. Like, that's why I'm a terrible parent. I think you all know that. But I would not be laughing if that was my kid. I'd be like, you have a responsibility to run home. Like, this is real life here. Sports are not a euphemism for... You don't get participation trophies. This is real life. You got to run from third to home, you little shit.
If I were the coach, I'd grab the ball and it's out.
I'd grab him right by the pussy. And I'd throw him over the wall.
The thing is that kid, I think, probably is developmentally challenged, so I'm not being a total dick, but you would not see that type of behavior. And number 2, most kids should not be playing t-ball at that age. It's a disgrace. Like, to have 3 and 4 year olds out there because they want to increase their league subscriptions or whatever, or league dues. So they put 3 and 4 year olds out there. They can't fucking play t-ball. Little dick.
Baseball's the worst sport for little kids to be playing. I mean, it's a shit show. I mean, they should just all play soccer or basketball. Those are easy sports to follow and play. But baseball, with the fielding, it's a train wreck.
Right. And if I want them to grow up hating a sport, it should be soccer.
Yeah,
You know?
totally.
Bullshit. All right.
Soccer's easy. You just run around, kick the ball. It's easy.
Jacob Hunziker is willing to trade you a free tour of Liberty University, which I've been to a million times, for Tree's workplace. No, we're not going to disclose.
No, give me some college chicks and I might consider it, but that's the key word.
You're bargaining up the wrong tree at Liberty.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, unfortunately that ain't happening.
That's Jerry Falwell's University. Mm-hmm.
Liberty Christian College.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ari. So tell us a little bit about FANTOM, would you? You came on here to plug FANTOM. Can you put a link in the chat as well?
Absolutely. FANTOM is the new world of sports media. That's what it is. It is, I think there's so much content out there, good sports content out there, and we just don't need the same talking heads filling our brains with the same, BS that we've just heard nonstop. So that's what FANTOM is. It's just we are accumulating and creating partnerships with Tree, with 5 Point Vids, with lots of great other content creators to give you a new age, new era of sports media, because it's already here, and yet we still get fed bullshit constantly by the major networks. So that's, in 3 words, new world order.
Fuck yes. I can confirm that. Ari and TJ are good dudes.
Yeah.
Very good dudes.
I think the thing about us is we can say anything. Like, Skip Bayless cannot say that he is going down to the Greyhound station and just jerking off any dick that goes into the holes there like this. Like, just, say that, Skip. Yeah, that's right. You and Stephen A. Fuck you. Bullshit.
Well, Stephen A. has his fan base. Like, I don't mind Stephen A. Like, he's got passion.
See, the problem is,
Stay off the weed.
Well, I think they should be arrested. That's... All right, let's finish these out and then wrap up the show.
YouTube wouldn't let me the link, so I had to separate the forward slash. So there it is, facebook.com/watch Phantoms right there. Go check it out.
Beautiful. Everybody watch that shit. Everybody watch it.
Yes, check it out. Check it out.
Brian Welsh, Judge and Stanton still strike out more than that kid. Yes. They strike out like me when I was young. I
think they struck out like all of us, man.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You ever...
It's like the 3 outcomes hitter, man. You either strike out, you apparently walk, or you hit a home run. Very rarely hit a home run.
I don't think Stanton and Judge walk all that much unless it's intentional. And then, Jacob Hunziker, last one of the night. Damn it, so close, at LU. Can't help you with the ladies. You're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what I figured.
But you know what? There's good people down there. Like I'm very comfortable sending my kid to LU, knowing that there's not a whole bunch of drugs and
it's a Christian college.
Sex. Yeah,
nothing wrong with that.
None of the things that I did when I was in college, like try to sleep with everything that moves.
That's college, man, in general.
Yeah, well, college is
amazing. I didn't have
because...
like a frat system or any parties when the college I went to, so it was kind of boring.
I went to VCU and we had frats. The thing that my best friend told me about college is like there's so many young people in college. Even if you're ugly, you'll find somebody.
Yeah,
ugly.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out for a lot of us, but whatever. It was different.
I did well in college. All I did was lift weights.
It was weird. I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
Yeah,
that's the beer talking.
Yeah, I was once handsome. Once. About 5 minutes before my wife found me attractive. That was about it. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Ari, you want to say anything to the Eiffel Tower tag teamers? That's what I'm naming the audience now. The tag teamers.
My hope is that I was really a dumpster fire. That's my hope here today, was to leave you with some sort of fuel for this dumpster fire.
Well, we make it really inclusive by keeping the bar really low. So you did great.
You guys are fantastic. You guys are both doing just amazing work. Keep it up, man. Both of you guys. It's amazing. I crack up at your videos. It's fantastic.
Oh.
Pleasure to have you on, my man. Anytime.
Yeah. Pleasure to be on. Thank you for having me.
Tree, you want to sign out with some Yinzer gloating?
Yes, hold on. Yeah! Yeah, fucking Penguins! Win the Super Bowl! Yeah, Penguins! Party going, let your party going, it's the party in the party on! Party on! Party on! Party on! Party on! Party on!
Are you finished?
And that will do it.
All right.
Urinating Tree 2020.
That's why they all come for Tree. They don't want to come for the old bald guy. All right. I'm 5 Points Vids. And you made it to the end of this stream. Go find a bus.